Oh, there he is. There he is. He's got it. Little guy.
This week on Kentucky Afield. We're jumping in the water and grabbing catfish by hand.
What do we got?
Next,
So how old were you guys when you started muskie fishing?
About 11.
the Clatos family loves to fish for muskie.
Oh my God, we got fish!
So we're headed out on Cave Run Lake. Then, we're pond fishing with a fisheries biologist and learning a thing or two about farm pond management. It's all next on Kentucky Afield.
Kentucky Afield. Every week, Kentucky Afield brings you features on hunting and fishing across the state.
That's my pup. I'm proud of him.
Here he comes right there. Let's get ready. Get ready.
Look at that. What a nice fish. Hey, we dug it up right there.
We did.
There he is. Ooh, a nice one too. Boy, he's healthy.
What do we got?
That was awesome. Got the first help.
Got one big smallmouth.
Very nice.
Double point. They're in there.
There they go.
Oh my gosh. Woo! Look at that joker. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Whoa, this is a good one.
That's better than good, Chad.
Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. One of the most unique or exciting ways to catch a fish is by noodling or hand grabbing. It comes in on June the 1st, and now let's take a look at one of my first times out catching a fish by hand. We're down here on the banks of Kentucky Lake. This is the place that I've done a lot of fishing, but the type of fishing we're doing today is brand new to me. We're gonna be jumping in the water and hopefully grabbing some big flathead catfish by hand. Some people call it hogging, and some people call it tickling, and some call it hand fishing, but it's all the same thing. So I believe he's sticking his foot in there and he's locating that hole, and he's kind of positioning himself and getting ready, getting a good lung full of air and diving down and literally going all the way to his feet and then running his hand up in that hole. I'm sure that people that you've told you like to go out and noodle or hand grab catfish, they're probably like, oh my God, aren't you scared? Oh, it's a defining characteristic. I mean, you tell people you catfish noodle, and it's one of the things they always remember about you, and they always ask. And yeah, I mean, that's one of the appeals of it. He's been down there a while. Oh, there he is. There he is. He's got it. Little guy. What do you got there? Just a little channel cat. You can see where they get skinned up under those rocks and things. Oh yeah, that's the way to get started. You're just gonna turn him loose. Yeah, just turn him loose and find his way right on back down. Then we can go find something bigger. I've been noodling catfish, I guess 16 years. As a matter of fact, my very first assignment as an outdoor writer was to go down to Mississippi and try to noodle a catfish and write a story about it. Those guys, they were pretty intense, pretty serious about it, but I learned how to do it. I caught a nice flathead, and I was like, man, this is cool. I like big catfish. I always have. I've always been intrigued by them, and I grew up catching snakes and frogs and lizards, and like a lot of country kids do, and I just like being outside doing that sort of thing. So we've been doing it about 15 years now, and kind of a crew of family and buddies, and we have a great time. We go every summer. Oh yeah, I feel him. I feel the pad. Get ready. There you go. There he is. Kentucky actually has a season. It opens June 1st. It really gets going when the water temperature hits about 80 degrees. That's when the flatheads kind of start moving up into the holes, and stays good for a few weeks there. And honestly, by about the middle of July, we're skinned up and worn out and ready to hang it up for the year anyway. Check his gills and be sure nothing's bleeding, and it's not. So fish is in good shape? He's in good shape. He got a little skinned up there on the rock. That's kind of part of it. Yeah. Well, you can see on their back a lot of healed stuff. Yeah. And even his dorsal fin, he's wallowed that down, where he's gotten up under there and dug, so. I tell you what, flathead catfish though are they're cool, aren't they? Look at that mouth. Look at that big old mouth and these little bitty eyes. They are a prehistoric looking fish. He'll find his way right back in there. He'll find his way right back in there. I about guarantee you catch him in there tomorrow. So. Well, we need to catch one about 3 times that size. So. Your wife actually enjoys doing this. She does. My wife and my son Ance. We're an outdoors family. We hunt and fish for anything that's in season, year-round. So we've been going out and doing this for a long time. Wouldn't have it any other way. So Ance is getting up here. This is a really shallow spot, which is absolutely perfect for a first-timer or a young fellow like this. Oh, he's in there. Yep, he's in there.
All right, you got to get down in the water, belly down. There you go.
Remember, get your face in the water. See my arms down in the hole?
He's been going out here with us since 2 years old. You know, we've been putting him in the boat and taking him along, and it's a catfish. It might bite his hand, but it's not gonna hurt him. He'll be okay. He just came up and bit Aunt's hand. He bite your hand? You okay? Michelle and I have always hunted and fished together, and we just decided when he was born, we're just going to take him with us.
Yeah.
And, you know, when he gets big enough to decide he doesn't want to go, that's fine, but he sure likes it. He loves it.
Good job. So what'd that feel like, buddy? What'd that feel like doing that?
That was pretty fun.
Pretty fun? Did you feel the fish bite your hand?
Yeah.
He bit you one time, I know.
Did it scare you a little bit? No?
You're not scared of anything,
You've
are
done
you?
this a couple times before.
We release 99% of the catfish we catch doing this, and we almost always have. And hey, we like to catch big catfish too, so we have an interest in not killing them. You know, it's a misconception that noodlers are going out there and cleaning everything they catch. They're sport fishermen just like everybody else. A lot of people sink boxes for catfish noodling, or drums, just like sinking structure for crappie, but it's, you know, it's for a single catfish.
First time I've ever tried this, so we're here at this box, and I got my feet right in the opening where I'm gonna go down and stick my arm in there and try to feel around and see if there's anything in there. What's the biggest thing you have to really watch out for?
Everybody asks about the beaver, snakes, and turtles. Every time. If I take somebody new, that's the first thing they ask. I mean, you see turtles everywhere. You see some snakes on the bank and stuff, but so far as a turtle backing up in the holes, I mean, these holes that we're checking, they're well underwater. They're under rocks and things. Didn't feel anything?
Nope, didn't feel anything.
Sweep that stick around in there. A turtle has to breathe, and it's not a place that a turtle is going to back up into.
Do you use the hook end or the other end?
Yeah, the hook end. The thing that we stress, like we always go in groups, we never have somebody dive alone. I mean, the biggest real danger is obviously drowning. There's always the chance that you're going to get stuck underwater.
I don't feel anything. Nobody home.
So we always have somebody right there next to us when we dive. And most of the holes that we check, you can stand up. But there are a few that are over your head, and those you need to be particularly careful. A lot of what we check, honestly, are holes that we found in the banks, under rocks. It's taken us 15 years of looking, and we look continuously every summer. We've kind of built a circuit of areas that we check. Some days this one will have a fish in it and that one won't, and vice versa, but it's still fishing.
Getting ready to check another hole. This is completely different than the last one. It's not actually a man-made box. It's up under the bank, and it's got some concrete in and around it. So we're gonna go see what they've got. They said this hole has been known to hold some pretty good sized fish. You already got one?
Yeah, she gets real quiet.
I tell you what, this is something that you probably wouldn't want to do by yourself for safety concerns, but it also takes some teamwork sometimes to manipulate these fish and the best way to get them out. That's what we're seeing right here.
Close his mouth.
But if you come to the left,
I gotta push him back in.
Yeah.
Is he a mean little sucker, Mama?
Yes, he is, baby. He's biting the fur out of me. Oh! That's what I get, bro.
He's a pretty good channel cat, so.
Yeah, he was biting. His little mouth wasn't big enough for my whole hand.
Nobody home?
Nothing
Damn.
I feel. But I heard something. Did one of you guys?
I had a stick under here. It might have been raking or something.
You want to try this one or?
Yeah, I'll double check it. The other day there was a fish that kind of laid over to the right, and he was kind of hard to find. Be sure.
It's just hard to get a feel for what you're feeling for.
Oh yeah.
Fish?
When you go in, take that stick and turn it to the right.
Okay. You hit the stick?
It's a flathead.
So once I locate where he's at with the stick, then I got to manipulate him.
Yeah, you'll kind of have to manipulate him a little bit, and you might, he'll probably bite that stick, and you might be able to just kind of pull him, and as you do, swing him out, and I would have your left hand in there ready to get him.
All right.
But you'll know it if he gets on that stick. But yeah, go in there and go straight right.
Straight right?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, heard him thump. Yep. We heard all that.
He's got the stick.
Oh, did he take it away from you?
No, I got it right there at the mouth.
No, we didn't even have a patent on that stick.
He's on that stick. He should have him. Hold of him. What do we got?
I had him there for a few minutes. I hadn't got him in and got my hand under there. Oh man. Well, I turned him loose, obviously.
Yeah, we got to see him. So. Nice
got him up out of there. So wait a minute, what we got here? If we slow that video down, you'll be able to tell that I actually did have a catfish in my hand for a second. I got it out, and you guys told me to keep it close to my body. Well, when I went to stand up, I was trying to show it to the camera.
Yeah.
And I had it out about this far away, and it just got loose.
Oh yeah, we all saw it, and it's on tape. So.
We were going to turn it. We were going to turn it loose anyway. But that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Was pretty awesome.
Pretty cool. You know, a 50-pound flathead is a handful. They can torque fingers and twist wrists. You can't just grab them by the jaw and let their tail go in open water because they're going to beat you up pretty quick.
It's so far down that the pressure builds. Try and hold your breath when you get down there. Like it takes me a little while to, I just can't stay down there long on this hole.
You've got to respect a fish like that. Yeah. But if you hold them the right way, if you can kind of get their head up close to your body and get their tail under control, and that's another reason why we dive in pairs a lot. If we've got a big fish, there's no shame in having a buddy grab his tail so he doesn't beat you to death.
Oh, you got it? Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that.
A tag on him too. Kind of for my own benefit of knowledge, you know, we've started tagging some of the fish, you know, with a zip tie in the dorsal fin or something, just to see. And we've had fish that we've caught 3 weekends in a row. Catch them, take a picture of them, let them go, and they go right back in there.
What do you think that approximately poundage of this fish?
My guess would be, Ants, what's this fish weigh?
Let me look at it. About 11 pounds.
11 pounds, I think it's a little bigger than that. Between that and catching a big flathead on a live bluegill that might swallow that hook, so far as that individual fish, this is not hurting him as much. It's one of those things that you do it with knowledge and respect of the resource.
This fish got just a couple little bitty spots on it, but all in all, it's in great shape. Big old fat belly on it. You really can't understand the feeling of getting in there and feeling that fish strike until you actually use your hand for a lure.
Right, exactly. We've taken a lot of new people, and that's part of the fun. Like, we like to take people. Just almost universally, it's not what they expect.
Yeah.
It's not as scary, I guess, as people think it's going to be. But also, people are pretty surprised at how powerful those fish are.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Finally. Finally got him to hit. It's amazing to me how you kind of work in groups and as a family and as teams.
It's a team sport, and it's more fun with a lot of people out here.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about that? Pretty fish, huh?
Mm-hmm. I like his belly.
I know, aren't they pretty?
It looks like a little male.
I think you're probably right. Hey, I'm going to keep an eye out for some of your articles and keep up with what you're doing. And I'm sure you and I will find some more trouble.
For sure, yeah, I think it'd be a good time. Well, I enjoyed it, buddy.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Most families who fish together are very tight-knit families. And that's true for the Clatos family, who like pursuing the state's largest predator fish, the muskie. Today we're out here on beautiful Cave Run Lake. I'm here with Reed and Ryan Clatos, and we are in search of muskie. You know, actually, I found out about you two. I got a phone call from one of our fisheries biologists.
Yeah.
And he had said that, Ryan, you had caught a 53-inch muskie this year, right?
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago. Oh, it's 50. Oh, it's 50. Oh my God. Ryan! Oh my God, it's 50. It's 50. It's 50. Get him. Get him. Get him. Oh, we will die if we lose this, Dad. Let's hold him. Let's hold him. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Yeah. We got 50. We got 50. Oh my God. We got 50.
So I called you. And it just so happened I wasn't even thinking about it. I was in deer hunting mode. But I started thinking, wait a minute, right now is a great time to catch a muskie. Maybe we need to go fishing. So here we are, and we're gonna try to catch us a muskie today. You've caught a 53.
Ryan caught a monster.
Yeah. And what's the biggest one you've caught?
A 49.5 inch.
So you've both caught almost 50-inch muskie. You have caught a 50-inch muskie, and you're 13. So how old were you guys when you started muskie fishing?
About 11.
About 11.
We started.
And both of you have caught multiple fish this year, and you've caught multiple fish throughout your life. What's your favorite technique? How do you like to fish one the most?
Well, I mean, we just like throwing it out there and reeling it back in.
Okay.
Because they're striking at baits, we reel them pretty fast.
Okay.
So we like when you have a faultler up, we like to like make the like on the figure eight, yeah. Like on the figure eight, we go around the corner and then we make a fast turn and then we go around and we go make a fast turn because they want to strike at it.
So you're kind of playing cat and mouse with that big fish a little bit.
Yeah, you're trying to get that bait away from it. It's like a bait fish. You're trying to make it run away from it.
Your sister and mom and everybody in your family muskie fishes, don't
Well, mom and Hannah don't. Bella, our sister, she does. She likes it.
Your family's caught more muskie than most people that I know that have fished their entire life.
Yeah.
You got a muskie on.
He took our fish. Hopefully not. It's big.
That's a good fish. Let's see, he's over there. So that is your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad's over here fishing beside us, and lo and behold, look, he's hooked up with a big muskie.
Took our fish.
And your sister is netting it. There you go.
Oh, that's slimy.
Look at that fish. What a beautiful fish.
He has a fin cut.
That's how they age those things. Certain years they'll fin clip it. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. That's great.
You know, that's a typical fish here.
What's that fish there? Probably 32, 34?
He's pretty close to the keeper.
What's the keeper? 36, right?
Yeah.
There you go. That's beautiful. I knew the boys were picking the wrong boat when they decided to come with me. We fished pretty hard. Haven't seen any fish, but you have seen one or two, and lo and behold, right behind us, you stack one.
You know, when you turn them back loose, you know, let them grow a little bit. You know, that's what makes this a good fishery.
Oh, absolutely. You guys are pretty lucky. You got twin brothers. You guys get along really, really well. You got a fishing partner for life.
Pretty much.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've had a lot of fun sharing the boat with you guys, hearing your stories, and I love how you guys just really enjoy fishing together. And September is your month for muskie. Next year, September, I'll be back. Are you considering building a farm pond or have a farm pond that may need some help? Well, the Department of Fish and Wildlife has some resources that may be able to help. So Jeff, I know you've been a fisheries biologist for quite a few years. You probably feel like at this point in time you've seen every pond in the state, haven't you?
I've seen a few.
But your primary job is not pond management. Your primary job is really to manage the public waterways.
Correct.
But if someone's having a problem with their pond, you will help them out.
We do, that's part of our job. We try to help provide technical guidance to pond owners.
What's the #1 problem as far as ponds?
A lot of the calls are dealing with fish population problems, you know, crowded bass, undesirable fish species, also aquatic vegetation issues. And like I say, fish population issues, undesirable species.
It's almost like that fish knew he had a chance to be on TV.
Yes, he did.
Because this is exactly the undesirable fish species you're talking about.
This is one of a couple of fish that can be very problematic in a pond. White crappie, they're prolific. They can get off really large spawns. They can overpopulate. And unless you've got a good predator population, you know, you could end up with a pond full of these small crappie.
What other non-desirables in a pond would you look for?
The most common one that we probably deal with is a green sunfish. They're incredibly aggressive. They can wear out a male bass on a nest, but
another crappie.
That looks better.
There sure are a bunch of these jokers in here, though. I mean,
look at the eyes on that dude. Look how big they are.
Massive, yeah.
That's an old fish.
Oh, really? So eye size?
Can at times, yeah. That's a pretty good indication that that's probably an older fish that's been around for a while. They're just not growing, they're crowded.
Well, Jeff, that's probably not real good. We walked down this dock and we've fished one spot and we've caught 3 fish and they've all been undersized small crappie. Now, I'm not gonna make a determination just yet that the bass population's in bad shape, but we're gonna have to walk the rest of this pond and try to catch a few more fish and see what they look like as well.
We get a lot of calls about muddy ponds, and usually it's due to a fish. And it's either due to a bullhead catfish, which is another undesirable, or a common carp. They're just very problematic. They keep the ponds muddy, which is very bad for largemouth. Largemouth bass, that is a sight feeder, and the pond stays muddy all the time.
It's really, really good to see different age classes of bass in your pond. This isn't exactly what you want to come out here and catch big numbers of, but if you're seeing this size and medium size and the occasional really big bass, then you have a very healthy pond.
This is a nice quality looking fish. Looks like it's been eating well. It was aggressive. And again, it's proportional, not a big head, skinny body. Just things that you're looking at when you're kind of looking at your fish in your pond.
A little better bass. We've at least got the 2-pound variety. So that's good. In the last couple of casts, we've caught a 4-inch bass, and now a bass that's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 16, 17 inches. So it has several different year classes in it. Hey, that's a good sign. This is exactly what you want to see.
I saw a big fish take off right here.
Could have been this. Here we go. Now we're dealing with the kind of fish that you really want to see in your pond. We have caught all age classes of fish. Now this is full grown. This is a pretty good sized bass right here. For a pond, I mean, we're looking at a close to 5-pound fish. Hey, this is a good way to go out and try to get a decent idea of what your population of your fish is like, is just walk around it occasionally and catch some fish and take notes of what you're catching and the overall health. Look at this fish. Very healthy fish. Got a big belly. If someone built a new pond, what do you recommend as far as fish stocking?
We recommend the largemouth bass and bluegill. Basically, it's 400 bluegill per acre, 120 bass per acre. You can find this information on our website. We have a farm pond webpage. Google Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, go to our main page. Up in that top right-hand search box, just type in farm pond management. There's a list of fish suppliers that sell in the state, so that information is on that website.
I'm sure you get phone calls on aquatic vegetation as well.
That's a lot of phone calls we get, or people trying to figure out what they're dealing with and how to control it. There's 3 ways of controlling aquatic plants, and that's one, physically, removing it by hand. The second way is biologically, that's your grass carp. But you gotta understand, grass carp don't eat all types of aquatic vegetations. They got a preference list. There's things they will eat, and there's things they won't. And then the third, of course, is chemically. Again, identifying the plant is a key. Getting the appropriate control method for that plant is the big thing.
And you can go on the website of the Department of Fish and Wildlife and find out who your district biologist is. There's a site on there that you put your county in, and it'll tell you who your conservation officer is, who your land biologist is, and then you can find out who your fisheries biologist is, no matter what county you live in the state of Kentucky.
Correct. It's very easy to do.
And their email addresses are located on there as well?
Their phone and email addresses, and just pull that email address up, take a picture on your phone, and send it to that email.
I'm loving it.
Oh my gosh!
Is that a crappie? Oh my goodness! Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Here we have 16-year-old Lily Faith with her very first turkey a nice big tom that weighed around 20 pounds. Nice job. Check out this beautiful striper caught by Angela Wilson Gosser. This fish was caught on Lake Cumberland. 6-year-old Gunnar Wittes took this nice turkey from Washington County. This bird weighed over 23 pounds. Nice job. Luke Kurtzinger went fishing with his dad in a farm pond in Washington County and caught this nice largemouth bass. Congratulations. Dallas Walker gives this fish a thumbs up. It's his new personal best largemouth bass. This beautiful gobbler was taken by Jenna Dunn on the opening morning of turkey season in Gallatin County. 47-yard shot. Nice job. Here at Kentucky Afield, we'd like to take a moment to remember all the servicemen and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice in the protection of our great country. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.